The West Mesa Burials, a true story of Albuquerque's hidden horror. In 2009, a chilling discovery in Albuquerque, New Mexico, uncovered a secret buried in the desert. The remains of 11 women and an unborn child, interred in shallow graves on a barren mesa. The victims, mostly young women involved in sex work or struggling with addiction, had vanished between 2001 and 2005. Their disappearances barely noticed by a city preoccupied with growth. Known as the West Mesa Burials, this grim case exposed a serial killer's silent reign. Yet, no one has been convicted, leaving a community grappling with loss and unanswered questions. Who buried these women in the desert, and how did they evade justice for so long? The West Mesa case remains a haunting mystery, a testament to the forgotten and the predator who preyed on them. The story broke on February 2, 2009, when a dog walker on Albuquerque's West Mesa, a desolate stretch of scrubland earmarked for development, stumbled upon a human bone. Police excavations revealed a 92-acre mass grave, one of the largest in U.S. history, containing the skeletal remains of 11 women aged 15 to 32, plus a fetus. The victims, identified through dental records and DNA, were Michelle Valdez, Victoria Chavez, Julie Nieto, Doreen Marquez, Veronica Romero, Cinnamon Elks, Darlene Trujillo, Monica Candelaria, Gina Vigil, Sylvia Garcia, and Felipa Gonzalez. Most were Hispanic. Many had ties to sex work or drug addiction, and all had gone missing over a 4-year span. The investigation revealed a meticulous killer. The bodies, buried in plastic bags at varying depths, showed no signs of trauma, suggesting death by strangulation or overdose. The graves were spaced carefully, indicating the killer returned multiple times, possibly over years, to dispose of victims. No fingerprints, DNA, or murder weapons were found, and the desert's harsh conditions eroded potential evidence. The women's disappearances, reported sporadically due to their marginalized lives, had gone largely uninvestigated, allowing the killer to operate undetected. Albuquerque police formed a task force, but leads were scarce. The victims' lifestyles, transient, often estranged from family, meant few witnesses or patterns to trace. A key clue emerged from photos found in a suspect's home, showing women who resembled the victims. Some appearing unconscious, but none were definitively linked. 2 men became prime suspects: Lorenzo Montoya, a violent drifter killed in 2006 by a victim's boyfriend, and Joseph Blea, a convicted rapist whose DNA was found on a later murder victim. Montoya's proximity to the burial site and history of targeting sex workers made him a strong candidate, but his death ended any chance of confession. Blea, still alive, remains a person of interest, but no charges have been filed in the West Mesa case. The case's disturbing details deepened its horror. The graves suggested a killer with intimate knowledge of the Mesa, possibly a local or someone tied to the construction boom that later unearthed the site. The victims' profiles, young, vulnerable women, pointed to a predator who exploited society's blind spots. Flyers for missing women had circulated in Albuquerque for years, but police dismissed them as runaways, a failure that haunts advocates. A surviving sex worker reported a client who bound her in plastic, mirroring the burial method, but the tip led nowhere. Theories range from a lone serial killer to a trafficking ring. Some link the murders to the Juarez femicides across the border, given Albuquerque's role as a drug trafficking hub. Others suspect a John with a grudge or a thrill killer preying on the powerless. The fetus, belonging to Michelle Valdez, added a heartbreaking layer, suggesting the killer targeted a pregnant woman. The lack of public outcry at the time, compared to high-profile cases, underscored the victim's marginalization, fueling criticism of systemic neglect. The investigation stalled by 2010, with no arrests despite thousands of tips. Budget cuts and lost evidence hampered efforts, and the task force dissolved. In 2020, renewed interest and advanced forensics prompted a re-examination. But DNA from the graves yielded no matches. Community memorials and vigils keep the victims' names alive, with families demanding justice. The West Mesa, now partially developed, remains a somber landmark, its sands whispering of lives cut short. Today, the West Mesa burials stand as a tragic, unsolved case. with 11 women and a child lost and no one held accountable. Albuquerque's desert sprawls under a vast sky, hiding the truth of a killer who walked among its people. Was it a local predator, a transient monster, or a network shielded by silence? The graves of the West Mesa hold their secrets, a silent plea for justice that echoes in the wind. If you enjoyed this videos, follow me, like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you.